everyone, my name is Arnel Rueras Abad from Bachelor of Science in Criminology 2. Today I am going to discuss why we need to study ethics and the importance of its rules and regulation. So first, what is ethics and how ethics is important in the community? So it is consistent ethical behavior can lead to a more effective program considering ethical principles in all aspects of community intervention will lead you to finding a most effective and community-centered methods and will bring dividends in participation like community support and funding possibilities. So for instance, community was defending on their ethics because in every community in our country will have their own rules and regulation. So let's proceed. Next is morality. So what is morality? Morality is a system of beliefs about right or wrong behavior. It deals with how person relates himself in order to promote his behavior from the society. So moreover, in the system of morality, it is also have a lots of process we should apply and learn in order to acquire positive characteristic, especially in choosing our own goal, just like criminology. So next is moral standard and non-moral standard. So what is moral standard? Moral standard are norms that individual or group have about the kind of action to believe morally right or wrong, as well as the values on place on what we have to believe to be morally good or morally bad, while the non-moral standard is refers to standard by which we judge what is good or bad and what is right or wrong. That is the non-moral way. So let me give you an example between moral standard and non-moral standard. So first is moral standard. So the example of moral standard is you do not take advantage of other person because you have the personality of a good person. And the example of non-moral standard is you are judging a person without knowing the real scenario of his life. So let's proceed. So what is dilemma? Dilemma is a situation where there is no clear, easy choice or answer. Also, it can be defined as a situation in which difficult to choose has to be made between two or more alternative experience. So example of this situation is you only have two extra tickets in the cinema movie and there are three of your friends want to go. So as yourself facing the problem, then the solution available to your mind will create another problem. So it can call dilemma. And there are three levels of dilemma. So first is personal moral dilemma. Is when your decision in situation where the moral conflict is one cause, either your own or for another person or for a group of people that potential harm. And second is organizational dilemma. Is when members of the organization is in a situation where the moral conflict and the decision will potentially harm either some member of the group or entire organization itself. And the third one is structural dilemma. Structural moral dilemma is when person or a group of people who holds a high level of position in the society faces morally conflicting situation wherein the entire social system is facing and it could affect for everyone. So let's proceed. Why is freedom crucial in our ability to make moral decision? So first, let me define freedom. Freedom is the foundation of moral acts. We humans have the ability to distinguish from right to wrong. Considering that we are rational beings, for us, freedom is such as gift and absolute from we are born. However, being free demand responsibility. We are considered as free being, but in reality, there are lots of limitations that we should be aware of. And now, does freedom really crucial in making moral decision? The answer is yes. Freedom is an essential ingredient for us to come up with moral decision. The connection between human and freedom is that moral action is important because we widely agree that our right to conduct a morally positive action or refrain from bad is one of the fundamental part of how we judge the action. It is relevant as choice is involved whether which course of action to take. A person has a freedom of making moral decision. Those who he or she responsible for it. So let's proceed to the next topic, which is culture. Philippines has a unique, colorful, and various culture. But what is culture? Culture is the way of life of a group of people that includes their knowledge, beliefs, arts, morals, customs, and any other capabilities or habits acquired by man as a member of the society. People wants to belong and to be accepted. Being part of the social group not only feeds our needs to be accepted, but it also increases our chance to survive in this challenging world. Culture shapes what we do and forms of our personalities, and it makes a difference in how we view ourselves and others. It affects our values, what we consider right and wrong. This is how the society we live in influence or our choices. But our choices can also influence others and ultimately help shape our society. Furthermore, it consists of five elements, namely symbols, language, beliefs, values, and norms. In countries having a various culture, people needs to be respect each other from differences and fully embrace their culture. And the next one is economic environment. Several Filipino traits are rooted in our economic environment. The hard life drove Filipinos to hard work and take rest. Many of our OFWs sacrifice their family by working abroad, although the exchange of it is the happiness for their family. But although they are not from their family too. The economic and the political environment are among the elements that develop the culture of corruption in the Philippines.